Clock out, come home, and drink away. To bash and burn the weekly plays. Douchey calls and sweaty balls, this is Scotch sporting.
Oh no, it's the wrong one. Hold on, let me fix it. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Shall we start by saying, please get better, Katie?
Yes, please.
At the very least, we hope you have a Simpson-style summer with Bart by the pool when he broke his leg.
Yes.
And by their pool. I hope at least that level of hilarity, but I hope you get better.
Also write Millpool on her.
Millpool.
Millpool.
I have two Simpsons onesies for Rowan. One is I'm a stupid baby, and the other I got him a Billy and the Clonosaurus. And I was looking for Millpool, but I was like, this is too much. Okay, I have a very controversial question for you, gentlemen.
All right. It's too bad I finished the rocket pop before we started, so
just did a two dicks gesture. Which go to YouTube. So Chris was eating a rocket pop, which reminded me I lived with my in-laws for about a month last year, and my mother-in-law is very health conscious, triathlon runner and all that intimidating stuff for a daughter-in-law.
Yes.
But one of her vices is rocket pops. And it sparked a very lively debate of the three. Which is your favorite color? If you could save one for last.
Red.
You're right. Red.
Red's the best color.
Yeah,
Red's the best color of anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your answer?
It was a debate between the blue and white.
You guys are all
red
fucking
wasn't even in the
crazy.
question.
You guys are all crazy. Red is the best color. That's why I'm actually sad that it's first.
I would have not. I'd do a whole rocket pop of the white flavor.
I mean, listen. They're all fucking good, from top to bottom. They're all good.
And let's be fair, if you had a pop of just red or of just white or of just blue, it probably wouldn't be as good.
That's right.
Need them.
Yeah, you need the blend.
It's Simon and Garfunkel. On their own, their voices are they're fine.
Right.
But together,
that's where the magic happens.
It's something special. And that's it with a rocket pop.
Yes.
I was gonna text you, Chris, but I thought of it literally like 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
The title that you've named this episode is Phil Loves Money. I was like, fuck, it should have been Live and Let Die.
Oh, yes.
God damn it.
That was better.
I meant to text you, but
it's so good.
Change it now. I mean,
no,
it's too late. It's on the title. It's on the YouTube. It's on the thumbnails already done. I will call, because basically what I did last week, and I'm gonna do it again this week, is I cut out the main topic and I posted that as a separate YouTube video.
And you post that,
and that will be called Live and Let Die.
Okay.
I promise you. That means I'll have to redo the thumbnail, but I'm okay with it.
I don't think you even.
Which version though? Which version? The Wings or the Guns N' Roses?
No, the OG.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious.
This is a rocket pop thing all over again.
The original version.
It's the Wings version.
I'm not disagreeing. I just wasn't sure. Some people like Guns N' Roses.
I'm sure they're listening right now who's like, wait, they covered a Wings song?
It's a Wings song?
Wings.
That is.
What's the best cover of all time?
Hurt by Johnny Cash, and it's not even fucking close. Because it's better than the original.
Yeah.
And I like the 9 Inch Nails Hurt, but the Johnny Cash one has so much. There's so much more meaning to those lyrics coming out of Johnny Cash's mouth than coming out of Trent Reznor's mouth.
Similar to that, I think Mad World's pretty up there.
Yeah.
It was David was driving home from somewhere, and it was at like 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday when the radio stations usually pump up the jams, and Mad World came on, and we were like, yeah, this is tight.
Trying to think of another.
I like the cover version of Venus by Bananarama. better than the original.
I didn't know it was a
I
cover.
have a cover.
Wow.
I'm your Venus. Yeah, they do this.
It's a banger.
Yeah. There is a UK very short-lived boy band called A1.
A1.
They did sauce? Like the steak sauce. Really. They did a cover of Take on Me.
Oh.
And I'm not saying it's better because I'm someone who that is genuinely in my top 5 songs of all time.
Right.
Equally as good. They made it very synth pop.
There's another cover of Take on Me that is very good.
Did they slow it down? Because that's bullshit when that happens.
Real Big Fish. Real Big Fish covered.
Oh,
don't fuck off. Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. Are you dissing ska music?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's it. We're done for the night, guys.
Fighting words.
Great podcast, everyone.
Like, listen, you got to remember, I was like 21 when ska was like huge.
One of my go-to karaoke songs is "Just a Girl." Like, I like the ska pop. Everyone loves Sublime. I'm not a big fan of the ska, like raw ska. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was more like the ska punk type.
Yeah, Dave has Real Big Fish on his phone, and I don't enjoy it.
What about Less Than Jake? He's got any Less Than Jake on there?
No. Oh fuck, he has another one. Frig. Anyways,
Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah, no, but thanks for the segue to the non-sports topics. I'm not going to.
Because the impression that I get, don't even start.
That's a great song.
Yes,
that's a great song.
Okay,
but
we can still be friends.
What do the lyrics mean?
It doesn't matter. It was the 90s. Like,
do you guys remember like the 6-month period when swing was back?
Yes, I do.
And Dave and I were listening to a song, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is Brian Seltzer Orchestra, whatever it is." And then I had to Shazam or whatever Shazam is now, and it was the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
The Cherry Poppin' Daddies. What?
And I said it aloud to Dave. I'm like, "Oh, it's the Cherry Poppin' Daddies." And then I paused, and I was like, "What the fuck was wrong with us in the '90s?"
Yep. We were just
that's gross. Yeah, that's a gross name.
Casually, like, I don't know, that like there's some pedo feel to that. There's some like all of it's bad. All of it's bad.
Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
The lead singer, by the way, of that band, Ezra Miller.
He's dead. Oh,
I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh. I liked Blues Traveler. What category do they fit in? Were they kind of ska? They were like.
I don't think so.
They're good. Runaround's a go-to karaoke song of mine because I know I can do all the lyrics.
That is the key ingredient for karaoke. You need to know all the lyrics.
Well, if we
I have to know the melody of the song.
You ever gone up there? You ever gone up there or not gone up there, but gone and seen somebody and it's like, you don't know the words. Why would you choose that song?
Friends, might I take this opportunity? Now that we can all hang out in person, everything's open, masks are a thing of the past. Let me introduce you to a game that I made up many years ago called Karaoke Roulette.
Oh boy.
It only works. It only works with private room karaoke.
Of course. Yes.
You can't do this with put your name in whatever. You get into your room and you take about 15 minutes and everyone puts in a number to a song.
No. Okay.
And the rule is you have to go with people that you trust because the rule is you can't be a dick.
Right.
Like you can't do a Real Big Fish B-side. You have to do a song that like
there's a chance that people know.
You've heard before.
Right.
And then you can either have another hat with people's names or you can do an order.
Right.
You walk up to the hat and you pull out a number.
Man.
That's the fucking song you sing. You have two veto. You have a veto.
Yeah.
And you have a get a friend to sing a song with me.
Okay. That sounds super fun.
And there is the asterisk of like, if the room agrees that no one knows this song.
Right. So if I went in there and put a deep cut Tool song, you guys would just kick me out.
We wouldn't kick you out. We would just all agree. Like if Mark pulled that song, we'd all agree. Like, no one knows.
Mark, have you ever been to karaoke with Chris Trache?
Not with Chris Trache.
Okay, we need to get it all. We need to all go. Chris Trache, legitimately, with zero alcohol, is the best karaoke person I've ever met in my life, because he gets in. He's in. It's
you know what? It's sort of it's not karaoke because we've done Rock Band together.
Right. Yes, he does get very into Rock Band, but karaoke even better. I have videos on my phone. It's spectacular.
I am 100% into it.
Yeah.
And I've got a good voice.
Oh shit!
So
I have a horrible voice.
With karaoke, it's the passion.
Right. Oh yeah.
You do not do Bohemian Rhapsody, or I will personally boot you out of the room.
No one's allowed to do that song because no one can do that song.
I don't like. Please.
What?
I can do that song. I don't like a group. I went to theater school, Chris.
Oh
I know how to sing.
All right.
I don't like group songs. You know, where the whole room just yells along to a song, and I think Bohemian Rhapsody and Journey.
Don't Stop Believing.
That's it. Get like everyone screams along to it.
Well, you can't help it. They're fucking bangers. That's
And
what it's
great.
about.
They're great. It's just for me. That's not a karaoke.
That's not a karaoke. Gotcha.
You know, friend of the podcast, Ray and I often our party trick karaoke is Barbie Girl.
Oh, okay.
Or we like doing a fun misdirect because his voice, he sounds like the guy from Aqua.
Right.
We do Part of Your World.
Okay.
And so he's the prince singing like trash.
Amazing.
We're good 1-2 punch.
Oh, so we're gonna do a Scotch Sporting karaoke night. I can feel it.
I have favorite karaoke bars in Toronto.
Oh dear God.
Bar Plus being the best.
Okay.
BAR with a plus sign. It is.
Where we went?
Yeah, I think so. Did we go with Rothman?
No, this was years ago. This is when it was during Valentine's, and the rule was we could only sing love songs that night.
That was EXO karaoke. Very close by, and only single people were allowed.
Yes.
Oh.
Single people, and you could only do love songs.
That's hilarious.
Bar Plus is on Yonge Street, just south of College, right across, like in the neighborhood. But they have an app. So they have every song you could ever imagine.
Right.
Decent bar, varying sizes of rooms, but their claim to fame is they have an app, so you can load your songs without typing into a book and punching into a machine.
Oh, that's great. What
That's
a time
incredible,
saver, right?
So karaoke roulette works fantastically at Bar Plus.
Of course.
And it's right across the street from a Banh Mi Boys, so you can get your Banh Mi. It is literally above a McDonald's, so when you're drunk off your ass rolling out of karaoke.
You have completely sold me on this place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. All right.
So we will dust off the guest bedroom.
Yes. That will be a requirement.
Because you won't be driving home after this.
No.
I guess Chris will be the big spoon, and I'll be the little spoon.
The couch in the room where I am. Well, you guys have been up to the top floor. The couch here is very comfortable.
There you go.
I would highly recommend it. Sorry, I'm just in my other tab getting our document open.
Yes, because we should talk about sports.
We've been longer not talking about sports.
It's true. This is only 14 minutes, so
I just didn't have it ready, and I sense some of the run Scotch Sporting leadoff.
yes,
We might linger on.
we might go a little long.
So I don't know if we want to clock it or oh god,
Oh no!
just the mouse.
Just the mouse.
The started bedtime for the baby at 6:45.
Mm-hmm.
He was not confirmed asleep until about 8:15.
Oh, the best.
It's that bedtime routine takes about half an hour. So I am above his room now. So dropping the mouse, I was like,
Yeah. God.
And then he just wanted to play. And then I put him down and I thought he was going to settle, but then he got up and screamed for more food.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up and I gave him more food, but I'm scared because he still barfs sometimes. And then I thought he was out, and then all of a sudden, glowing eyes staring at the camera. He plays with his toys in the crib now.
Of course, that's awesome.
Because if his toys aren't in the crib, he tries to yeet himself out of the crib.
Oh, that's the best is once they learn how to climb out of the crib, like life is over.
So is that when you give it, like the day he climbs out is the day you give up the crib, right?
Well,
You turn it
yeah, because like
bed?
I mean, he's figured it out. Once they figure it out, they know how to do it. So,
he's so close.
What's that?
He's so close.
Yeah. But I mean, well, and then the baby gate. And then the baby gate out the door, so that way he can't get out of his room. That's the trick there. But again, that's they've already learned how to climb out of the crib. You just hope that the baby gate's tall enough they can't get the leg up yet. But once they can get that leg up, it's over. And then you have no freedom.
He's just a big fan of doors.
Okay.
In general, and he just anything with a hinge or anything he can kind of he's all in.
That's all it
so
takes.
The way we have his crib and how I keep him entertained when I need to get ready, I put him in his crib and I open his bedroom door.
Right, so he can move it.
He's resting against his crib, and so he just stands up and just wails the door for like legitimately half an hour. If I need to get ready, if I need to change, if I'm doing anything, I put him in the crib, put the door within his reach, and he's just like, fuck yes.
This is the greatest.
We put him on the ground on our main floor, and he beelines for the dog's crate, not to bother the dog or to do anything, just to
open the door. Amazing.
Open the crate up and down. Bort's like, this is my safe space. I hate this.
Tell Bort it'll get better.
They're starting to get along a bit more.
Yeah.
Bort will play with him a little bit. Like Rowan really likes grabbing his toys, and then now he's crawling over to Bort and like holding his toy.
Yeah.
And sometimes Bort loves tug of war, and sometimes they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
But Bort also loves the chase me game. Like he'll punch you in the face and go, oh, chase me.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what he's trying to do with Rowan, is Rowan will come over to him and he'll kind of hop up and be like, oh. Anyways.
He's like, you're a human. You should be able to chase me.
I think he stayed asleep, so we can sports it.
All right.
We will begin with our Scotch boarding lead off, of which I believe there are many things I will probably want to touch on.
Yeah.
For longer than our minute. But we're gonna start with, my God, thank you, Chris, so much for sending me this story. This is just really made my day.
Yeah.
And this is what my side cis male question is for you guys. So Aaron Rodgers might have a new girlfriend. We, being the internet, is pretty sure he does, because she's issued like some denials without issuing any denials about who she's dating.
Okay.
So Aaron Rodgers very recently broke up with Shailene Woodley.
Woodley?
Thank you.
Woodley.
No, I know. I'm confident the last name is Woodley.
Okay.
Zero confidence in her first name. Like, we're gonna get married. I want to have kids. Like, I can see myself having kids with her. To like maybe a month later, he's with someone named Blue, BLU.
Blue.
Her Instagram is Blue of the Earth. This is one of the denials she came out with, which is my name isn't Blue of the Earth. It's just Blue. It's
right.
like, okay.
Well, the tweet I sent you guys had a picture of them both in it, right? So
yeah. So they just know each other.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hang out with people and not be dating them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the internet also said she's a witch, and she issued a denial on that, saying I'm not a witch, but she's the co-founder. I just got to read the description on this, of something called Fluorescence Earth, which is a modern mystery school for women to reclaim the magical, radically authentic, wise, wild, unapologetic you.
Okay. Did you sign up yet?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not. So I have my question for you guys if we want to start the minute,
All right.
which we will obviously blow over. Oh, so this blue woman, please look her up. Her Instagram is Blue of Earth, BLU of Earth. She's the host of the Deja Blue podcast.
Oh, I see what she did there.
1 million downloads, but she's very like hippie, crunchy granola.
1 million downloads for a hippie podcast?
Cumulative, I would say.
There's hippies out there.
That's
She's very pretty, like in a plain, very
like
classic, in a plain way, like very
yeah.
classically. You know, she's English Rose. I believe she is British by descent. There's lots of pictures of her with like body paint and braids and stuff like that. So first of all, this is what I love about sports. I will follow this type of shit to the ends of the earth because this is what makes me laugh. Aaron, like, can you imagine Tom Brady dating someone like this?
No.
Like this is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
This is one of the best quarterbacks of this generation.
Yep.
And all everyone's going to remember him for is not on the field stuff. So, Mark, you are not a white person. Chris, you have some indigenous blood within you.
Correct.
Do you have the card? You have the card?
I do have the card. I could show it if I need to.
Yes, prove it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, in your wallet.
In my wallet, which
You're talking about
is
before
not,
we started recording.
it's not in my back pocket now because this chair's uncomfortable with the wallet.
So I did a deep dive on this woman's Instagram. If you don't want to, it's pretty much exactly what you'd expect with someone named Blue of Earth, with a podcast named Deja Blue. My gem that I found was her lamenting about being a white presenting woman, which I will pause and immediately call bullshit on. You are a white woman. You're presenting white because you are white.
Yep.
I have a friend whose dad is black, and you wouldn't know it. I would argue he's white presenting. I am white presenting because I'm a white person. So lamenting in her podcast about how hard it is to be a white presenting woman, but really connect with like feathers and body paint and tribal stuff. And she was really angry about this being cultural appropriation because, like, you know, Celtic people wore their hair in braids too.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this type? Because there's I think at the core of it, she's a good person, and these type of people are always good people.
Mm-hmm.
But you're just taking it to an extreme and into a world that probably doesn't belong to you. How do you guys feel about this, like, this type of cultural appropriation?
I mean, I've never been one that is seen the, like, I understand the argument about cultural appropriation, but like you know, because it extends to like restaurants and stuff, all right? Like, listen, if a white dude knows how to make tacos, let him make fucking tacos. If they're good tacos, let's eat them.
But that's different than me wearing a poncho.
But I've never understood the don't wear a poncho because you're not, you know, whatever. I've never understood it because I don't think she's out here trying to make money specifically from that. I think she just sees it and likes whatever. And again, I'm one of the people, again, I've never understood the whole thing. So
interesting. Mark?
I'm probably in the same vein as Chris, where I'm not totally against it. If they're like wearing the clothes because they like it, then they wear it. Not because they want to be like that person, right?
Yeah.
They like it, they wear it. But they do it out of because I want to be like that person and then start almost imitating.
Right. Yeah. If there's a negative thing behind it, sure, then it's, you know, if you're doing it to make fun of or to you know, to bring those people down, that's bad. But if you're just like, hey, I like dreadlocks is a thing where you know, white people shouldn't have dreadlocks. And I mean, like, I mean, in the 90s,
it looks disgusting on white people.
I mean,
if you want to do it, do it. But
you guys have no idea how badly I wanted dreadlocks when I was young. You have no idea, and you have no idea how close I came, but I couldn't do it because I couldn't not wash my hair. That was always the thing. It's like I can't stop washing my hair.
Well, and that's so like it's just not for obviously it's not my place to as a white person to make any of these decisions and rules and shit, but like it is like you know what there was a thing of Katy Perry wore kind of that traditional Chinese dress, I don't know, where it wraps around a bit on the side. I apologize, I don't know the name. It's red and worn at weddings a lot, if you can imagine the style, and that like had kind of chopsticks in her hair, and it's like, yeah, that probably isn't the greatest, but I don't know why that stuff is that type of thing would bother you guys.
No, but if she started talking in a mockingly way of
right, and again, so and then here's the thing: if you're talking like this is a traditional, like this is meant as a like a traditional wedding gown or whatever it was that this was, and you're using it not in that way, and you're just kind of like, I'm just gonna go out on the town like this. Yeah, probably not cool. But like ceremonial was the word I was trying to find there. Like a ceremonial thing where it's like means something to this culture. Gwen
Stefani, when she had her Harajuku girls, do you guys remember that? Like that's a very good example.
I do not remember that. But okay, again, where you're taking something very sacred and shitting on that's a problem. But like again,
but her argument was always, I'm not shitting on it. Like I'm celebrating it. And I've outed myself many times in this podcast. Huge fan of 90 Day Fiance.
Right.
There is a woman on it right now who is Serbian.
Okay.
And she basically presents herself as a light-skinned Black person. Like she tans to the point where she's always dark. Her hair is pulled back in kind of a big afro in the back. Not an afro, but kind of like that big hair. She'll wear braids a lot, and Reddit is all fucking over her, saying she's blackfishing. But I mean, the sidebar is I think she's trying to be a Kardashian, and the Kardashians are
right.
I don't think blackfishing. I think it's cultural appropriation.
Right.
And that's just such an it's been a very, very crazy Reddit debate. And she's been on there like, look, I just like how I look in braids.
Yeah, like, and
but then she also jumped on and being, as all of us, most countries will have indigenous roots and cultures. And she's like, hey, native Serbians wore their hair in braids.
Right.
And so I'm just being Serbian. So it's interesting. And Aaron Rodgers does this to us.
Yes. We were discussing this thanks to Aaron.
But I love that he's dating a woman who I just want to read.
Yep.
Her school again. Oh, hold on. Her podcast description is great too. A clean reservoir of consciousness from which souls thirsty for purity, relief, and love can drink.
Oh, God. God. Oh man.
And she has you can see the little thumbnails of things, and one topic is the universe is benevolent, another is you cannot fake internal riches. Make peace with your past.
Psychedelics and the mental health crisis.
Oh, I watched that one.
Yeah.
That's a doctor telling you to take MDMA.
Well, I mean, how do you got to get in touch with your fucking fifth dimensional self?
Yeah, well, she was saying it is like, why aren't we trusting things that are made in labs?
Right.
Which, if we can pause and remember the fact Aaron Rodgers isn't vaccinated. Pardon me, my second monitor just died, as it does sometimes. So I just want to read her school description one more time. A modern mystery school for women to reclaim the magic, radically authentic, wild, and unapologetic you. If I didn't know better, I thought she'd be selling some sort of multi-level marketing thing.
Yeah.
Big into doTERRA or one of those essential oils. Oh, I have clicked on the page is broken.
Oh no, what page? For
I
her
clicked
school?
Fluorescence.earth.
Oh no.
It links to their foundational courses, which links to a broken page. Let me just see if fluorescence.earth leads me anywhere.
Yeah, we
Or just
couldn't
Google it?
find.
The Sisterhood is a place to connect with like-minded sisters all over the world. Foundational course, a 7-week online course with Blue and Reggie Riverbear, who I believe is a white person.
Reggie
All about creating the
Riverbear.
foundation.
Hold on.
That's the one she was talking to, I think, about the embracing your roots.
Riverbear.
And it was basically like, why can't I steal everything from Native American culture?
Okay. Did I spell Riverbear right? I did. Okay. Do we have any images of Reggie Riverbear?
She's on the page. You can,
Okay.
if you go back to fluorescence.earth and scroll down to meet your guides.
Gotcha. Oh, there we go. There's Reggie. Okay. Is it bad that I assumed Reggie was going to be a dude? I mean, I don't know why. I'm looking at this website
She might be
hoping.
indigenous.
What's that?
She might be indigenous, but I don't think so.
Meet Reggie.
Should be Indian, part Indian.
Oh, there you go.
Well, let's read Blue's bio because she's
Okay.
on here too.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's meet Blue.
Blue is a heart-led woman. Okay, with the love of creating, she inspires others to activate their full potential and live their purpose through plant medicine. Oh, there you go. Gene Keys, public speaking, in the Deja Blue podcast. Blue creates a space for the expansion of others, whatever the hell that means.
What are gene keys?
Blue, don't ask.
Okay.
Blue has been a student of plants for just over a decade. So I can't. Forever in awe and honor of their wisdom, she's devoted to sharing her insight and teachings of the intelligence of plant world through all of her creative outlets. Blue is also a student and facilitator of the Earth Temple Center of Prayer and Shamanic Arts and a protected medicine carrier under the Native American Church. She's also a devoted student of the Shibu tribe, honoring indigenous ancestral teaching in modern day times. After finding out that she had a hereditary and incurable hearing disorder, Blue left everything behind and traveled the world to discover life beyond the veil, beyond everything we've been taught since we were born. Oh, shut up. After unlearning and learning, come home into our authentic truth, she launched a podcast called Deja Blue, which is a reservoir for consciousness for which souls thirsty for purity, relief, and love can drink. She is a reminder in a world of curious, play, love, and creativity are some of the greatest medicines that exist.
You missed the best line. In the 2 years since the podcast has been birthed.
Whoa.
Yeah, birthed. Listen, I mean, I there's shit in this world we don't understand, right? There's shit in this world.
For sure.
So I don't know, man. I'm not here to shit on people for having spiritual journeys and shit like that and learning stuff and and if it works for you, it works for you. It's the same shit I say about Christianity. There's people who need that to get through the day. Right? They need to believe the man in the sky to get through the day. The last thing I'm ever going to do is try to take that from someone. Whether I believe it or not, it's just not. If that's what you need, that's what you need.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were continuing.
No,
My counterpoint, and I agree with you. Like, if whatever you need to do to explain the world in a way that makes sense to you, as long as you are not hurting anyone, just fucking go for it.
Yeah, like as long as you're not, having abortions and then trying to make abortions illegal.
It is the potential for hypocrisy that always bugs me, and right. I look at someone like this Blue woman, and I'm on her website now, and her name is a logo,
Yeah.
Like she obviously has a website.
Yeah, this is a branding.
She has monetized
Yes.
this, and this is branded.
Yeah.
So there's money here. There is a financial tie to, and it's just like, just stop bullshitting me and say this is a way that you make money.
Right.
That's what I hate. Like, she's clearly, would she still be doing this podcast, you know, like her 1 million downloads?
Right. If she wasn't getting like I bet you if we listen to one of her podcasts, there's like at least 2 ads about some either supplement or something to buy to, and she's got a offer code and all of this stuff. And I'm sure if you sign up,
website, if you click on brands I believe in, one of the things is tribal markers, which we won't even get to. Of her, she's wearing some sort of head dress with markers on her face. Use code BLUE.
There it is. And I bet you, even though this foundational course, the 7-week online course, even though when you click on it, it doesn't take you anywhere, I bet you $1,000 that ain't free.
Nope.
That ain't free at all.
And stop bullshitting me, because at the end of the day, it's all about the Benjamins.
Right.
And can we pause to say, go fuck yourself, Lauren Boebert.
Oh.
Wherever the fuck you pronounce your last name. Thank God again for Chris for sending me this.
You're welcome.
So there's some sort of weird, and I don't know if they're right wing or left wing, Mark, if you know, the pack that took down Madison Cawthorn.
Oh, it was the GOP in general.
So there's some sort of like activist group, and it might be a right wing activist group that's basically looking at all these fucking Looney Tunes that have taken the Republican Party into Naziville and being like, we gotta get these people out of here.
They need to do that.
They took down Madison Cawthorn. He lost his bid for re-election to be the nominee
because he outed their secret.
That's true.
They're the ones who are doing the drug-filled orgies.
Yeah, that's true. So apparently the same group is behind these leaks on Colorado Looney Tunes Boebert, which we can shit on her all we like, but enough people voted for her. She's in office. She's super anti-abortion.
Loves them guns.
Sex work, anti-sex work, love them guns. Comes out, this is unverified, has had 2 abortions herself.
Yep.
Because apparently, and this is verified, unless this is some really incredible Photoshop.
Yeah.
She used to be on a website called sugardaddymeat.com, being a high-paid escort.
High-paid?
An escort, yeah, whatever.
High-paid?
No shade at all to the sex work.
Of course not. I'm just saying, does she fetch a high price?
No, that's true. And hooray for abortions. All of these things are fantastic. It is the hypocrisy. So no one is shitting on these things. We are shitting on the hypocrisy.
Her hypocrisy, yes.
Okay, next topic. We have Connor McDavid's big night out. Again, what a wonderful night. So Connor McDavid was seen walking down the street, a big old chewed boot, as my old boss used to say, real done in, with his arm around a girl that is absolutely not his girlfriend.
Absolutely not. And the face when the dude calls his name, like, hey, Connor, and he turns and looks and realizes that he's being recorded, like just the face drop, he's where am I? And it's like, dude is fucking lit. Lit.
So my question, and I do have a sub question as both of them. My first question is, does this make hockey players more interesting if they act like this? My second question, part of that same article, also trending was, what was his name? Sammy something?
Sammy Blaze.
Who is into his sister, but I think that was just bullshit. There was a picture of like her hand on his butt, but that could have just been a...
Yeah, but he mentioned in the comments something about being sexy.
Yeah. And I do have a brother. Mark, you have a sister. Chris, do you have a sister?
I do have a sister.
Would you comment on any of your opposite gendered siblings? You look very sexy.
No.
Not a chance.
I, in fact, call my brother a fat fuck a lot of I insult him.
That is the more likely thing to happen with
Yes.
I mean, and I think it's about the age difference as well. Like, you know, bigger age difference. I think you're a little nicer to each other, but like me and my sister are less than a year apart. So it's like, yeah.
Oh my God, your poor mom.
Yeah. So
Why?
by 5 days, less a year, less 5 days.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's Irish twins.
Well, no, because it's not in the same year. Because I was 80, she was 81. But
no, that's what.
Irish twins, like real Irish twins, are the same year.
Like January,
January,
to like November.
Yeah.
I have anything within 2 years is Irish twins, but like within a year is like real Irish twins.
Yeah. So,
which is also derogatory, but may I reclaim that as someone of Irish descent?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so my question for you gentlemen is, does this make hockey more interesting? And what is up with Buddy and his sister?
Yes, it makes hockey more interesting. Hockey players are fucking boring. They always do the right thing. They always say the right thing. Like once every 5 years, we have a guy like Sean Avery that comes out and fucking speaks his mind, right? So yeah,
I was never more thrilled than when the Austin Matthews and he got in trouble for pressing his butt against a bar window.
Exactly, like the tamest fucking thing he could possibly do, and we're going, oh, this is terrible. Like, shut up. And then the sister thing, like you look at what Ben Shapiro with his sister. It's the same fucking thing. You don't talk about.
I don't know if anyone wants to be compared with Ben Shapiro.
Exactly.
And hockey players had a lot more fun when they're drunk. I mean, look at when Kucherov last year won the cup and had a post-game conference. People were saying, "Oh, he's not being proper in his post-game conference. He should be humble as winning." It's like, nah, man, guy's saying what
he was shithoused, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You need to. I don't know if it comes up when you Google it. Oh yeah, it does. Please Google Tyler Sagan and Brad Marchand party hard.
Oh yes, when they're in the bar and the shirtless.
Yeah, it's the two of them shirtless, just fucking obliterated. And it's just like, thank God, where were you guys? Poor Bruins. Oh, we'll get there, I guess, with towards. Okay, our next topic: Sinjin Ryu is shut down for the year with injury.
This last year on his contract, isn't it?
It is. So he's probably done with the Jays.
So,
well, I was gonna say, let's start the clock. I think is this impactful for the Jays, and does this affect their strategy, their trade strategy for the future?
Oh yeah, they definitely. I think they need a starter. Like they need a starter.
No. They could go for a starter, but then Stripling, who's been in and out of the rotation, has done a decent job for a guy who's a number 4, number 5 on your team.
Sure, but
what you essentially need is to replace Stripling role in the bullpen. A guy who can fill in for a guy who's injured.
Right. So how about, or you just get a starter and then you keep Stripling.
Or you can start and put Stripling back in, but it's probably cheaper to get a bullpen arm than to get a starter.
Okay, but are we going to be able to find it?
We as Blue Jays,
the Royal We,
have been doing okay without him. So why not just keep on keeping on?
Yeah, you still need to get arms in the bullpen, regardless.
Yeah.
Look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers always spend money in the bullpen and pitchers because they know these things won't last.
Is there money to spend? And if not, who are you trading?
You don't have to trade anyone, really. You can just sign guys. Bullpen arms are cheap. I mean, starters are going to be a little bit harder to get.
So you keep Stripling in the lineup and you fill his spot in the bullpen?
You see what's out there, starter or bullpen.
But what about
nice to have a guy like Stripling who can do both?
Yeah. What about where's Pearson in all of this?
He's still, I think, working his way up from rehab.
Okay.
He's probably very busy getting hurt again.
Well, please no. Like, so Ryu's obviously a bust, right? Like this whole thing's been a bust. No?
No.
First year there. Do you guys not remember his first year? Finished second or third in the AL Cy Young voting.
Okay,
Took them to the playoffs
sure.
when they didn't expect to go to the playoffs. But then, he had, 20 wins that year? He
All
finished third in his AL Cy Young. It was 3 years contract. It's not like a 7-year, $200 million
I guess,
contract.
but I mean, he was hurt.
3 years, $30 million. You got what you paid for it.
Yeah, I guess he just maybe was sold as the Great White Hope, and then he wasn't.
He was that first year.
Yeah.
I mean, and the starting rotation, like Gosman, Barrios, and Manoah. Thank you. Like, those guys are great. We got 3 really good. We need
Ryu was your number 1 2 years ago,
right?
And at best, he's your number 4
Number
this
4
year.
right now. Yeah. What was the stat I saw? Because Kikuchi pitched last night, right?
Yeah.
So they've of his 11, well, I guess now 12 starts, they lost 9 of those games.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good.
But he's not bad. I think that's my issue with Kikuchi. Is he's not actively bad. He's just he's okay.
He just needs to throw strikes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help that early in the year the Jays offense was pretty shit.
Yeah.
True. They're not shit now.
But what was yesterday? 6-5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now 6-6.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, it was 6-2 when I came in here.
Ball sack.
And that was with Barrios pitching.
Damn.
Ball sack.
If they lose to the fucking Orioles, that's bad. Especially when you got the Rays and the Yankees playing each other. Like, these are games you need to win.
I know. But like I sent in that text last night, I mean, of the 6 playoff spots, 4 of them are in the AL East.
It's ridiculous. You think it'll end that way?
Likely.
That's crazy.
It's going to be the division winners on the Central.
Yeah.
Division winner from the West, and then everyone else in the AL East.
Except for poor Baltimore.
We've said it before, and we'll say it again. It's the Blue Jays' window of opportunity. It's not only that they have to be that good, but everyone else has to be just okay or that much worse.
Do you think next year with the balanced schedule, this will help the Jays?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Less games against the fucking Yankees. Anything where it's less games against the
Rays. Yeah.
Okay, next topic. Keeping and this, I'm sure, is where Chris and I will go a little bit. There's 32 teams in the NHL. 32.
Correct.
32.
And our pool of 35 white guys. They've pulled John Tortorella potentially out of retirement from ESPN to sign in Philly. Is this not? And this is my question. And then Chris, you and I can yell at each other about where we want Barry Trotz to sign. Is John Tortorella signing in Philadelphia the most on-brand towards thing possible?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They'll love him there.
You need to start the clock.
Oh, sorry.
That was my question.
They will absolutely love him there. He is
Philadelphia.
He is Philadelphia. I can't picture a better place for him.
Dave and myself and my father, an Army veteran with gray hair, walking down the street in our Minnesota. Dave and I were in Minnesota Vikings gear. My dad was in Phillies gear just to piss off Dave.
Right.
Got screamed at, go the fuck home. Why the fuck are you here? A drunk girl in the seat in front of us turned around and said she'd fight Dave.
It's insane.
They tried to fight a baby in Philadelphia. They beat up Santa Claus in Philadelphia. Very perfect.
What is wrong with them?
What is wrong?
Why do you have to take your sports so fucking seriously?
It's a beautiful city. I really enjoy Philly.
Except for the people.
Except for the humans that live within the city. Chris, Mark, where's Barry Trotz signing?
Well, it's not Vegas either because they
Ex-Bruin coach Bruce Cassidy signed in Las Vegas.
I mean,
So-
Winnipeg is offering that free beer for life, man.
I don't think that really matters.
And Dave saw that and he pointed that out to me, and I was like, yeah, I think it's genuinely between the Sharks and the Bruins. And Chris is really mad because he's like, you have nice things. I don't have nice things.
Don't count out Detroit. Eisman's, building that team, right?
It's true.
Really? Detroit? Really?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Eisman, that's who I'm going after.
But is that where you sign if you're Barry Trotz? Trotz can sign wherever he wants.
Money at this point. He don't care where he goes because he's a good coach. He can take a know-nothing team into the playoffs.
That's why he needs to go to the Sharks. By the way, I mean, we're way off fucking topic, and I can't believe how long we are right now. We haven't even gotten through the fucking leadoff.
Deep dive, yeah.
We're good.
By the way, have you guys heard about what's going on with this Evander Kane situation?
Oh yeah,
like,
a little bit.
If he wins this appeal, he's still a Shark.
Which is hilarious.
His contract will be reinstated with the Sharks. Oh God! Imagine him having. Oh God.
Doug Wilson's like, yeah,
I'm out. See you guys.
I want to behind the scenes. I want to behind the closed doors with Evander Kane. Because I think a little bit of it is like media, and he's been a bit railroaded. He's a person of color in hockey, and they're not treated as well.
Yeah.
And we all know that. But I think he's a bit of a loon with his money. I really want to know what he's like.
Yeah.
Bad rap. Not bad rap. Our last topic. Go fuck yourself. Deshaun Watson stood in front of the media. If you can get the minute ready, I'm going to read. So this is the first time Deshaun Watson has said anything to the media, like directly on camera, about the now 24, soon I've heard to be 26 women accusing him of sexual assault and misconduct. I'm going to read it a minute. I need you guys to tell me what the fuck he is trying to say. Deshaun Watson was asked if he stood by his March 25th statement that he has never disrespected any women in his life and has no regrets about any of his actions. I think that question kind of triggered a lot of people, not just women in general, but a lot of people from in the league, from women to males and things like that. And what I was saying, yes, I never assaulted, disrespected, or harassed anyone. But at the same time, I do understand that I do have regrets as far as the impact that this has had on the community and people outside of just myself. And that includes my family, that includes this organization, that includes my teammates in the locker room that have to answer these questions, that includes the fan base of the Cleveland Browns, that includes males, females, and everyone else in the world. And that's one thing I do regret, is the impact that it's triggered on so many people. It's tough to have to deal with. On whether he has any regrets about any of his own actual actions, he said, like I said, I never assaulted anyone. I never harassed anyone. I never disrespected anyone. I never forced anyone to do anything. A minute on the clock. Gentlemen, what the fuck?
That just sounded like a bunch of words.
Your men.
Sounds like a guy who said if this didn't get out, everything would be fine. But not that it got out.
Yeah.
That's basically what he's saying, right? He's like, sorry, this got out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you feel this way about
it's just that
I am in real life.
I've never insulted anyone. I've never harassed, because I don't think he thinks he did anything wrong.
Yeah, like I'm supposed to just pull out my dick when I'm getting a massage.
Or like it's a bit of these women deserve, like, it's not, you didn't disrespect them if they weren't worthy of respect in the first place.
Right.
Like that's a bit how that reads to me, is, oh, you never respected these women.
Right. Okay.
In the first place. It is a non-apology, right? I'm not reading this.
Oh no, it's definitely well, I mean he's got to be careful, because he can't go out there and like apologize, because then that's
The next
admitting
question is Deshaun was asked by the New York Times report if the New York Times reported that at least 66 different massage therapists in 17-month period is accurate, and his answer is I don't think so, but you'll have to ask my lawyers. He's like, oof, can't answer that, but and he's just what gets to me is he's just not that good. Okay,
He's not
our deep dive, which we have maybe like 5 minutes to get into,
we can
but
probably
it is
go
almost
10.
a rundown on its own. Is this live golf? Because finally is golf not exciting?
Yeah, like I care about golf for once.
Sure.
So on it,
not the sport itself, but just about the stories.
Oh yeah. But so at its core, I don't disagree with this, and I don't know if you guys feel the same. Of like, if you are now treating golfers as professional athletes, which as fat as they are, I guess we have to. And it's like there was the one game in town.
Yeah.
You played for the PGA or you didn't.
Right. Or you didn't make any money.
You know, if you're a hockey player, it would be there's only the NHL. There isn't the CHL. There isn't the K. You know, there's the Swedish Elite League. There isn't the KHL. There's this one.
There, but you're not making as much money as the NHL.
But it's so on its surface, I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. There's 2 golf leagues now, essentially.
Right.
Golfers are athletes, and they can sign with.
Yeah, and competition is good for everybody.
But it's funded by.
Well, when it's funded by murderers.
Well, that's.
Sorry, human rights violations. I don't condone human rights violations.
I don't condone human rights violations. But
Phil. But just say murders. It's less syllables. It's easier to get it. I don't condone murder. It's way easier to say than human rights. It's so many letters.
There's a bunch of golfers that have declared to play in live. Phil Mickelson is kind of the biggest name. Lee Westwood, DeChambeau, right, Mark? Yes.
Yep. Dustin Johnson.
Dustin Johnson, but he's a big name because of his personal life, right?
Well, he's a good golfer too.
Yeah.
He's won majors. Who
is it going to take to move over?
Well, no one.
Or has it happened to really be like, ooh?
There won't be, because all the big they've already approached all the big guys.
Yeah.
Like they approached Tiger, they approached Rory, they approached all the big guys. They got who they're getting. They're not going to get anybody else.
No.
And now that it's caused this divide, they're definitely not getting anybody else.
Is this guaranteed money with their contracts? Like, do we see this lasting?
Yeah, these guys will continue paying. They're not making money.
Yeah, the money behind this is infinite. Right.
They're not making money from the golf. They already have the money.
Yeah, they don't care about making money off of this. They just want to do their own thing.
So this was mentioned in a bunch of these articles about sport washing, which is interesting because obviously we know whitewash.
Yeah.
I know the washing, so I used to follow kind of entertainment gossip, which is probably why I love sports gossip. And there used to be a mommy washing. And it's like you
sorry, say it again.
Mommy washing.
Mommy washing?
Like you could be a shitty person and then you have a baby.
Oh. Yeah.
And a website I used to follow called it the minivan majority. You know, the women who read People magazine and or like, oh, you're cool if you have a baby.
Right.
And this wasn't particularly scandalous, but it's the one that I can think of. Rebecca Gayheart and Eric Dane, 2 actors. He was on Grey's Anatomy. She was kind of hot in the early 90s, and then she hit a kid with her car. True story. They got... Yeah. Oh. She killed him. He was like 2. So they were caught in some sort of scandal where they were in a hot tub and doing drugs with the current Miss America. And it was this big because he was at the height of Grey's Anatomy.
Right.
And then it was this huge scandal. And then she got pregnant. And then it was like, oh, she's going to be a mommy. And then it was. cover of People magazine wearing white. So that's mommy washing. So I apply that to the sport washing. Do you guys think sport washing exists? I guess so, because like China had the Olympics.
Yeah. No, like the way it was described, because like the one reporter in that, you know, he described it perfectly. Like you're using sports to cover up these horrible things that are happening. And you're saying, well, I've seen because what's the quote? What did he say? I've seen the good that can come that comes from the game of golf done throughout history. What good, by the way? I believe that Live Golf is going to do a lot of good for the game as well. I'm excited about this opportunity, and that's why I'm here. Okay, so can someone give me an example of good that has come to the world because of the game of golf? Are there maybe less racist people because of Tiger Woods? Maybe.
No, because I think the people who were racist and then liked Tiger Woods are like, this is the one black guy I like. Like the guy who's like, I'm not racist, I have a black friend. It's like, right. I'm not racist.
I'm not racist, I love Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But can you guys think of a positive thing that golf has done for the world?
Because golf, and this is our friend of the podcast who's been on this, and a genuine IRL friend of mine, the weekend golfer, his shtick like has been kind of to make golf accessible, and that's been a major issue. The golf's a huge issue with accessibility.
Yeah, because there are country clubs that only let certain people go, and you have to do this and that, and that's if you want to play. And then let's not forget about the space they take up, and the like the resources to keep them green and all this stuff. Like they're not exactly that environmentally friendly. So
well, and it's such an expensive. It's an expensive sport. Yeah. And I think
how much like that. Set of clubs? How much does a set of clubs cost?
Thousands. A full set of club would be thousands of dollars.
It's crazy.
But it's just Dave golfs. And Dave's family are members at a golf club, I believe, because other golf clubs didn't, back in the day, way back, didn't take Jewish people, and this is a golf club that is like most of the members are Jewish.
Right.
So Dave golfs there, and he golfs once or like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times a year, and it is something I don't think I'd be bad at.
Right.
But I don't have the money to try it. Like, how do you try golf?
Right.
To see if you like it's just such an investment. Just and I think
get in the door. Just to get in the door.
Other sports that I think are very similar are skiing and golfing, or skiing, golfing, and hockey, which are all kind of rich white people sports for the most part.
And it's because it's only accessible by them, because it's money, right?
And I want to try
of color like basketball and soccer because it's more accessible for them.
I want to try golf, but I don't have the money to try it and then be like, I hate this.
Right.
$300 later of club rentals and going to a public club that'll take me taking a lesson. That's why I just get like fucking shithoused and play Topgolf in the States. Which is so fun.
Is that where you just like smash the ball off the tee into the...
It is. So Topgolf, Cineplex has the rights to it in Canada.
Okay.
It'll be like a rec room type thing. Has not come to Canada yet. There are most major US cities that I've been to seem to have a Topgolf.
Okay.
It is like, it's a big 5-story driving range.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
With bars on every level.
Perfect.
And you get your thing of clubs, and you get your thing. Sit like a bowling alley.
Right.
With a middle console, and you just fucking hit a ball as hard as you can.
Fire the balls off into the oblivion.
And you can play certain games based on your console, and there's like circles all around, and you can try and hit the circles for extra points, and
right.
It's so fun. And I was doing terribly, and my buddy, the camera guy, was making fun of me. And I said, I actually play hockey and I mini putt left-handed, so I'm pretty sure I golf left-handed. And he's like, well, why don't you try it? And then I launched it, and it was like, oh, that was the problem.
That's why. because I'm actually left-handed.
That
So
sounds like freaking Ben Simmons. Maybe shoot with the other hand. You might do better.
I'm right-handed. I used to be able to bat. I used to be a switch hitter. I don't know. So Phil Mickelson, this is all in the new U.S. Open is coming up, which is not part of the PGA Tour, so anyone can just play in it.
Right.
And so some live golfers are playing it, like Phil Mickelson is playing, and most of the other golfers are like, please go. So his quote, I think this is from the press conference before. I just needed to say this out loud. I don't condone human rights violations at all. Okay. Nobody here does throughout the world. I'm certainly aware of what's happened with slain Washington Post reporter Jamil Khashoggi, and I think it's terrible.
I think it's awful. But do you know what I think is? Do you know what I think is great?
He went in as an
$250 million.
Yeah, he went in
I will
as
wipe my tears with that.
That's right.
he went in as an alive human being, and he came out in pieces.
He came
as
out
a dead,
as a dead, and it's terrible. It is, but
awful.
But this money is great.
I've also seen the good that the game of golf has done throughout history, and I believe that Live Golf is going to do that for the game as well, and I'm excited for this opportunity. That's why I'm here.
How did no one follow up with the question saying, give me an example of what golf has done for us and how
I think someone did, actually, because I did watch the whole exchange, and I think someone did, and I think he just talked around again and just like kind of re-answered it. Because I know he said the human rights thing 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And there you go. He's got talking points.
He had his talking points, yeah.
And that's all he can say.
And that's it.
Would you guys have respected it more? And this just gets back to the blue Aaron Rodgers, just fucking own it bullshit. If he had just said, very Krusty the Clown, they drove a dump truck full of money to my house.
I'm shocked Deschambeau didn't say that.
Right.
Because he's the kind of guy who said, I'm getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars.
Why would I not do this?
Yes, sorry, they drove a dump truck full of money to my house.
Or even Patrick Reed.
Yeah, I think that Phil has to have people, right? Like Phil has to have a PR guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how are these PR people this stupid to not say to him, this is a really bad idea? Like this is a failure. This is a failure of his PR team. Because realistically, you need to look at this and say, this is a bad idea. This is a horrible idea. Yes,
but then they also might be driven by money as well.
Yeah, I get it. So as someone who works and continues to work with celebrities, I present things to the celebrities with, this is what I think is correct. This is why I think this is a good idea. This is why I think what you think is a bad idea.
Right.
And I have done my job, and I am presenting that I think is correct.
Yeah. And then they still go and
push forward, and they say, "No, I'm still going to do my thing." And you go, "Okay,
cool."
You either say, then I can't work with you if you don't listen to me, or you say, you're the boss. Okay. And then your job is cleaning up the mess.
Cleaning up the mess. Yeah.
That I don't fault with people of that level of celebrity. I don't fault the people that work for them.
Right. Because
you can walk away.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And work for someone else. Or it's, well, I did my job by telling you my opinion, and now I'm going to do my job by supporting yours.
And taking 5% of your $250 million.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
do you think, should I put money on Phil Mickelson? Is this a story where he's going to win the U.S. Open?
That would be incredible. It would be absolutely incredible.
I mean, you have a $10 free bet, right? With Bet365.
But then am I making blood money? That's my problem.
No, you are not making blood money.
Oh.
How are you making blood money?
That's not directly tied to...
Yeah, this has nothing to do with
I don't want to
live.
cheer for him. I think karmically that's bad, right?
Well, karma is different than... That's different than blood money. There's no blood money involved, but definitely there's some karma, black magic kind of shit, and a bad juju coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, karmically. So I shouldn't do it because I don't want bad juju.
But money is good. If Phil taught us anything, is that money trumps everything. Doesn't matter that people die. It doesn't matter. $250 million doesn't just fall into your lap every day.
Right?
Oh, God.
But let's look at realistically his odds at winning the U.S. Open. It's not that great. So
Sure. I mean,
if it was like a top 10 favorite to win, then okay.
I mean, how old
If
is
you want me to
how old is Phil?
50s?
48, 49.
48?
That's my guess.
All right. Phil Mickelson was born
55.
in 1970. He is 10 years older than me. That makes him 52. 52. How many majors he's going to win? Let's say he never signs with Liv. How many majors he going to win over the rest of his career?
None.
2.
Right. Anywhere between none and
Yeah.
2. How much does
Yeah.
he make for winning a major?
Depends on the major, but it's no more than maybe, I don't know, 10 million,
10 million.
15.
Sure.
So can you look
He
up
was
his
never
net
going to
worth?
see 250 million.
No.
Can you look up his net worth? Because my question as you look this up, and this will get into a whole other podcast of billionaires and what you need.
Salary per year, according to this, his net worth right now, according to this, says 300 mil. I don't know if this includes, but it says his salary per year is 50 million.
So we'll say he has 300 million in the bank.
It's, by the way, it's his birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, he turns 52 tomorrow. So
Chris,
Yeah.
so let's pretend you have 300 million.
me?
Chris, you have
What's that?
you have children. You have $300 million in the bank. You have children.
I do. Yes.
So one would assume you want to make life good for your children
Yes.
and probably your children's children.
Yeah. Probably.
And if you have $300 million, that is to assure your life will be good, your kid's life will be good, and your kid's life will be good.
Yeah.
Mark, you have $300 million in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Your life is going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you have children, if you don't, if any family members have children, you can set your family up for 2 generations, probably at least.
And if you're smart, you can do it even longer.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that enough?
Well, no, because more is better.
It's better.
But what if you like? And I think we've talked about this before with me playing sports and my competitiveness level.
Yeah.
I'm competitive and I can win at a certain level. Get any higher, I'm like, I just don't fucking care. And I was just thinking about it because I played one of the last big tournaments was with Dave. It was at the Dodgeball Nationals, and I played for his team, and I did really well. We ended up winning, but we got to the playoffs, and I was like, I don't care. Does anyone else want to play? Like, I just, whatever. And so I feel like financially, I'd get to 300 million. I'd know I'm secure. Rowan's secure. Whatever descendants Rowan has are secure. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
So if anyone then approached me with blood money, I'd be like, no, thank you. I'm fine.
Well, and that's it, right? That kind of comes, and that's, I think that's where it is, right? Because 300 million. Now in your scenario to me, you said 250. If it's 250 and it's blood money, now it's a big difference, right? Because it's like, well, I'm set up. Do I need to taint my legacy with this? Because that's all he's done here.
You are Chris Taylor.
I am.
And you live in the city that you currently live in. You have the job you currently live in. If Saudi Arabian blood money, like legitimately the guys that killed Jamil Khashoggi,
right,
came up to you and were like, we want you to do your job for us, and here's 250 million, you'd probably be like, yep, for sure. And I probably might do the same.
I would.
Mark, I assume you as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would.
But if
I will never ever see that kind of money ever in my life.
If we already had that much in the bank,
but
right? If they came in and said, "We'll take whatever you have in the bank, and we're going to give you 150% of that," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
Yeah, I'd be like, "That's fine, no, thank you."
Right, but if you give me more money than I'm ever going to see in my lifetime, I'm probably taking the blood money. And
Yeah.
like, because we're not talking about like maybe, I don't know, the briefcase, it's on the fucking table.
They drove a
They
dump truck full
drove
of
the
money to your
briefcase,
house.
and it's literally on the table. If you see that money on the table, you're not saying no. And I'll do you one better. It won't even be 250 million. If they showed up to your house today with 1 million in cash on the table, you're probably taking it. No?
No.
I
No.
would.
But this is no implication to either of you guys. I am comfortable enough with my, like, 1 million isn't
Right.
I think it just isn't enough for me. I don't have that type of money. I don't want to give indication that I have that type of money. But I live a life that's fairly comfortable, and I'm pretty sure Rowan's going to be okay.
Yeah.
But it's so 1 million, I'm like, oh, I don't know someone if that's worth taking. But 10 million, maybe we're talking.
Okay, so let's do 10 million. Because 10 million's a life changer no matter what, right? 10 million's a life changer.
And if you do it right, you can, again, set that up for a couple
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing and I just wish they had answered it honestly in that same interview. One of the British reporters said, okay, what's your line? If Putin ran this thing, would you play in that tournament?
That's a great question. Would you play?
Like, I wish they had answered honestly and been like, no, but if he'd offered me $700 million, they would have like, just fucking answer honestly. And we wouldn't be in this mess.
Chat agrees, by the way, 1 million is not enough.
Right?
Yeah.
It's sad, but it isn't. So what is our chat's line in the sand? Listener, anyone listening to this?
Well, yeah, I say 10 million. Average person making less than, $250,000, $300,000 a year. Average person, $10 million.
Average person makes less than that.
Well, I'm saying average person.
Let's say 100,000.
Less. Okay, sure. Yeah. Average person, $100,000 a year. They're taking 10 million. They don't care where it came from.
Let's put an assigned name to this. Let's say Vladimir Putin.
Oh, okay. So it's not. So it's not. So it's no longer Saudi blood money. Now it's Russian blood money.
I don't want to.
And the 10 million that he gives you. Hang on. The 10 million he gives you was literally looted right from Kyiv. It was literally looted right from Kyiv. He took it from there. He got it on a plane and he put it on your desk. And he said, Tay, you just got to do the same job you're doing, but you got to come do it in Russia. Here's $10 million. And you're still going to get paid the salary you get paid now for the job you do there.
Yeah.
But you got 10 million signing bonus taken right from Kyiv.
So let's stick to our Saudi Arabia example then.
Is that better?
I wanted to get out of it because I don't want any kind of Middle Eastern terrorist racism thing.
Right.
But the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia is fairly unequivocally proven to have murdered or ordered the murder of Jamil Khashoggi, amongst other human rights violations. So let us use, he is behind financing.
Yeah.
Your job, but you have to do your job, but you are working for the Saudi Arabian government. I am paying you directly, and I am going to deposit blank amount into your bank account. And what's your line? What is everyone's line to over horrific human rights violations and legitimate murder?
I mean,
because I think Putin is such I really liked that the journalist asked it, but it's an example of like, okay, what if Hitler be like, I'll take your money, Hitler?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would admit to any dollar amount where they'd overlook the Holocaust. I feel like Putin's kind of getting up there.
He's getting close, yeah.
So maybe that's the... But, I look at the Olympics in China and the athletes that all were like, yeah let's go. We're cool.
I mean, but we talked about this, right? It's like you trained your whole life.
Yeah.
You trained your whole life for that moment, and
So what's the difference between training your whole life for one moment and
Well,
it
they weren't
happens?
paid to go there, though.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were there to compete, right?
for the love of sport
Yeah.
and $10 million.
And I guess is it Chris? Is that your line? Is
Oh,
10 million?
100%. 10 million is a slam dunk.
Okay, Mark, you 10?
Oh, easily. Yeah. I said yes to $1 million. I'll take 10
Yeah,
million.
That's true. You guys both said yes to. I
for-
could have gotten you very cheap. I can murder someone and get you guys for very
That's
cheap
right.
on that.
We don't care.
Any other sports news? Super quick before we wrap up this very
yeah,
insane podcast.
About money, a funny story. So John
Ooh.
Elway, when he retired,
Oh, I
was offered-
read this. This is
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. Go ahead, Mark. This
he was
is
offered
so
what?
good.
I think 10% of the team because the Broncos didn't want to pay him out in his final year of his contract. So they said, "Okay, we'll give you the option of getting 10% of the team." He declined.
For it was $19 million, I believe.
He was owed 21 million,
He
but
was-
the
right.
10% for 15, I think it was.
Right.
He said no. And then he instead invested that 15 million into a Ponzi scheme with the Bernie Madoff thing, which again was how Bobby Bonilla is still getting paid by the Mets, that same deal.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now when the Broncos sold to Walmart,
Well, hang on. So that 15 million that he invested in the Ponzi scheme turned into 7 million.
a
So
$7 million loss.
Right. No, he lost 8 million. So he had 7 million left after that.
Yeah.
But had he taken that 15 million and
And taking the
purchased the stake in the Broncos,
he would have gotten $900 million from the sale.
$900 million.
Now, I don't know if this is true, and Chris, maybe you can tell me, but it is one of my favorite potential Star Wars anecdotes.
All right.
That Alec Guinness and why am I blanking on Skywalker? Mark Hamill.
Yep.
Both were like, no, we're cool with this piddly salary. Give us a percentage.
Well, Alec Guinness famously was like because he didn't think like he hated the whole thing. He hated being in it.
He famously, one of my dad's favorite things is any line he didn't want to say, he'd say, "Give it to the puppet."
Right. That's hilarious.
Anything he thought was too stupid, he made Yoda say.
That's hilarious. So he said that he wanted a percentage of ticket sales, and I think he ended up getting like 3% or something crazy like that.
Which is a fucking lot.
It was a fuck ton. It was a fuck ton of money. I don't know if
Mark
Hamill got points on the back end, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty sure because that's why he really hasn't done anything because he hasn't had
Skywalker.
to.
Yeah,
he hasn't cared. But I think I'm pretty sure he got a percentage of it.
Good for him. Yeah, and I mean,
so
Alec Guinness's
like,
kids and grandkids are probably living off it still, right? So.
And not blood money.
And not blood money. That's right.
Frank Oz. I'm going to be really sad with Frank Oz. He's still alive, right?
I believe so.
I watch Muppet Christmas Carol every Christmas. He's 70. He's only 78.
That seems young, right?
That's extraordinarily. So he was like in his 30s when he was Yoda.
Yeah, there you go. And he
that can't be correct.
And he directed the movie The Score. With it was like one of Brando's last movies. And Brando wouldn't wear pants when he was filming. And he often made fun of Frank Oz and called him Fozzie Bear and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, apparently it was not a good set.
It's not making fun of him. That is an honor.
I agree. I think like Fozzie's amazing.
Every Christmas.
Yeah.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
I don't think I've seen it in probably like 20 years, 25 years.
It's fun.
My Christmas Carol story is Scrooged. That's the one. That's why, because I fucking love Bill Murray so much.
Do you not love Michael Caine just as much?
I like Michael Caine, but not as much as Bill Murray. Bill Murray's like, especially Bill Murray, like in the late 80s, early 90s. Like that's like peak Bill Murray.
Well, let us end this extraordinarily long podcast. Because then I want to tell you about the bad movies that we watched this week. Thanks for listening. We are Scotchboarding, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Tiki Taki, all that stuff. Thanks for listening to this incredibly long episode, and let us know what country you would have genocided for $10 million. And thank you for listening.